Welcome to Gamersledge Podcast, the weekly podcast about video games with news, reviews, analysis, and opinion. Keeping you up to date on how to wisely spend your money for video games, movies, RPGs, comics, books, and more for over 16 years. Find us online at gamersledge.com. And now, your hosts.
Hello and welcome to Gamersledge Podcast. Come on in, sit down, relax, have yourself a large glass of whole vitamin D milk. Milk, straight from the udder, makes you fatter.
You're all about the D.
We
Didn't even rhyme.
Jam-packed show for you this evening. Come on in, sit down, relax. It's a conversation between friends, a look at the video gaming industry, and a look at what it means to be a hardcore gamer. Joining us,
which half of us can no longer claim.
Yeah, some of us. Half of us,
Wow,
all the way on the far left. Joining us tonight is Turo.
Hey, that's me.
And also joining us from New Jersey is Dave.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
You Joyzy devil.
Yeah, I still keep walking past my car in parking lots.
I love that he was actually getting offended for a second before he was like, oh wait, I actually do live in Jersey now.
It's like, oh, yeah.
Don't you gotta say it like I went past my car in Joyzy and
No, that's like deep Jersey. That's not where I'm literally in East Philly. That's how they count this place.
Joining us from California is John.
Good Lord, California. Hello.
California North.
Not quite.
California North.
It's the very northern part of California that's considered Oregon, but you know, hey, who's counting?
You're taking all their water, so you know.
Yeah, it's just an animal. Yeah. It's all good. Also joining us from the other great white north is Kate.
Hello.
The real Great White North.
The real Great White North. And joining
Actually, we get less snow than Matt does.
And she's further south than Maine, so.
And the other white north, Matt.
Yeah.
Do you still have snow there?
What?
Do you still have snow there?
Do I still have to what?
Do you still have snow?
Do I still have snow? Hell no. Dear Lord.
That's like 2
He
weeks
just
away.
doesn't have internet.
I don't have snow yet. Is actually what we're closer to at this point.
That's true. That's true.
We're closing in on September. That's when it can start.
And last but not least, joining us from the semi-adjacent 20 miles away from the other Great White North, it's Nick.
Hello.
And I, of course, am Mark, one of your hosts. We have a ton to talk about, but let's start, as we always do every week, by going around the room, seeing what people have been up to, what games have been playing. Turo, let's start with you.
A little bit of Batman. I started playing Pokemon again, just trying to finish Sapphire. And then movies, tons of movies. That's it. But not Fantastic Four.
So Friday we will be doing a fireside chat about the Fantastic Four. Any of you who have seen it and want to participate are welcome. I have seen
That would mean we'd have to see it.
I
participate. I'll participate and not watch it, so it's all good.
Dave, how about you?
I'm too ashamed to talk about what I've been doing today, so.
Oh, we're gonna save that then? Okay, that's fine. Yeah, I happen to know that's all you've been doing, so that's awesome. John, you have a choice at this point. You can either start the conversation or you can hold off, and we'll talk about it in a little bit for that particular.
I have been playing an unnamed game that we'll discuss later. I've been playing a ton of Fallout 3, kind of preparing myself for the upcoming release of the new Fallout, and then dove back into The Last of Us. I think it deserves some time on the hardest difficulty, so I am slowly progressing through the grounded difficulty of The Last of Us, which is a little brutal, but it's not too terribly bad. And that's about it. And then the game that will remain nameless at this point in time.
I have no idea what this game you're talking about is, so I have not been playing that.
Good, save yourself.
I've been playing a little bit of Record Keeper.
Are you sick?
Who,
Only
me?
a little? Yeah.
Yeah,
Only
no.
a little record keeper? Are you sick?
I've been working,
Who does that?
and I've been playing Dead or Alive X1, so that's been taking up my time, and Dead or Alive 5 last round. Other than that, not much. I've been doing lots of reading. I read Ready Player One.
Yay.
I've actually read 4 books this week.
Congrats. That's awesome.
Good lord.
4?
Yeah.
Wow, you're
I
bad.
haven't even read 4 in like 10 years.
Well, I
John doesn't even know how
used to
to
be
read.
I used to be a voracious reader, and because of my depression, I hadn't read a book in like 2 years, and I used to be someone who could read 40 or 50 books in a year, right? So.
God.
That's awesome.
Still can't play 40 video games in a year. Holy crap.
That's impressive.
Matt, since you're in the middle of drinking, how about you?
Oh,
What have you been
thanks.
up to this week?
I have been up to a little bit of Final Fantasy Record Keeper. I haven't started the Final Fantasy 13 dungeon yet, or the event, or whatever it's called, I don't know, thing yet. So got that to look forward to. I finished the story mode of Arkham Knight 100%. Yay me. So,
Right.
so I got the full ending. If anyone out there didn't know, if you don't do all of the side missions and all of the things to get 100% on story mode, you won't get the full ending. So I got the full ending. Somebody's very happy.
Phone.
So there's that. Still not sure how much I'm going to go back to do for more trophies. There's a few things I think I can knock out pretty easy, but haven't done it yet. Almost caught up on the Telltale's Game of Thrones. Did episodes 3 and 4. Those are long. Holy cow.
Wow, are you that ashamed that you skipped over the one above it on your list?
No, I was taking it
Not
in.
looking.
I'm not doing them in reading in the order that I listed them. I have a different order in my head because I'm getting to. I tried again. Thomas Was Alone because I played it when it came up for Plus for PS3 a while back. Still, I'll get about as far as I got last time, and then I'll get sidetracked. And then we get to the attempts at multiplayer. Mark and I attempted to play Lara Croft Temple of Osiris, and that did not go well. I just still don't know if it's because the game's multiplayer is broke or just because my internet connection was that bad.
Because your internet connection was that bad.
But it did not go well at all. And I thought this was a sequel to that one twin stick game of Lara Croft. No, it's the same twin stick game of Lara Croft, just on PS4 now. See, we then diverted to Rocket League, which went much better. Actually had a green ping on that one. Well, the gameplay went much better.
It did not go that much better.
Well,
Yeah, not from what I heard.
we weren't I wasn't lag dropping, and half of the bridge wasn't disappearing because
That's
of
true.
whatever
That is
weird stuff was happening. So the game was playable. Now, whether or not it was executed well or not, we shan't say.
Basically, you got destroyed.
Only one game. The rest of them were close.
They were close. They were close. He is correct.
And then I tried because I thought this would be pretty cool because it came across a feed or an ad on something. I think it came on an ad on that thing that we're not talking about yet for the official Yahtzee app, and I thought, hey, that wouldn't be a bad thing. That's something when I'm taking a 5-minute break from wanting to kill people at work, I could catch up on some games of Yahtzee. And I'm thinking, oh yeah, since this is the official one, you'll be able to do like huge games, like like 5 people or more or something like that. No, you can only do 1-on-1, and it's full of things to try to trick you into paying money for stuff. So
What you said this earlier, and I wanted to save all the questions for the cast. What are you paying for in Yahtzee?
free extra rolls. So like if you get your third roll and you have a 4 of a kind and you're trying for the Yahtzee, you can get a extra roll to try to get the fifth
That's
one.
cheating.
Oh, so they're paying money to break the game. That's fantastic.
That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works.
Exactly. And then there's these gold tickets, these raffle tickets that you can buy the raffle ticket, or not raffle tickets, like scratch-off lottery tickets instead, and then you can try to win extra rolls and other stuff there.
No,
and then
no,
there's
no,
just,
no.
Then there's
That's
just
not-
ads
no,
all over
no.
the place.
Stop.
So,
No,
like I
that's
said,
not
there's-
Yahtzee. They should just
Right.
call it Yahtzee.
well, that's why I'm not
'Cause
doing
anyone
any
who
of
spends
that.
money on it is a Yahtzee.
Well, that's why I avoided all that stuff, and I've just been playing the stock game, which works well, except for the fact you can only play against one person per game. So you can have as many games as you want going, like Words with Friends or something like that, but you can only be playing one person per game. So that kind of sucked. I accidentally started like 3 games against the same person because the interface is confusing as heck. And once these finally finish, I'll probably uninstall the app. But the Yahtzee part itself works well. So if you're looking for a one-on-one Yahtzee game and can avoid all the crap, there's probably better ones out there. I haven't looked. So So I got one more thing. I'm hoping tonight to knock out the last Telltale's Game of Thrones episode. But like I said, those things are freaking long. And then the thing that we're not talking about yet.
Are we on a game? Okay, we got to start. Are we on a game show tonight? There's all kinds of weird buzzes and beeps and stuff going on.
You want $100? No.
I don't think we want to talk about the buzzing.
All right then.
Sorry, that's my bad.
No problem.
But other than that, I believe my list is complete.
Well, then that brings us, of course, to Nick. Nick, let me prognosticate for just a second. If I had to guess a single game that might be on your list, other than Final Fantasy Record Keeper, what could it possibly be? I bet you played some Destiny.
No, yeah. I did. It's to get the Platinum Trophy, though. Kind of. And the 1-year stuff. And
Did you achieve it?
I got really close solo, which scares me, because that's supposed to be the harder one. I've gotten farther solo than I ever have with a group. Scares me. Anyway, so
Why are you still trying it on Crota? Why don't you try it in Vault of Glass?
because when I tried it on Vault of Glass, I lasted 25 minutes and then I lost only half the raid. While if I try on Crota, I can either A, solo it, fun, or B, if I do have a group, 25 minutes is the entire raid. When done properly. Let me emphasize that part right there. Because I just can't get a good group, and that's the same problem I'm having.
Because you play it the wrong time of day.
Yeah, I play it when normal people play it. I need the obsessed people.
Yeah, okay.
You play it when 13-year-olds play it, you mean?
No. If I played it when 13-year-olds... Actually, you have a point. Because I go to work in the morning. Yeah, okay. I normally play...
Everyone else is at work doing a job.
I have a job. 7 to 3:30. I work. Anyway, yeah. So I did play some Destiny. I'm really excited for the Taken King. And I hate saying that on this panel, because it's just a panel of haters. But... there's lots of positives.
I'm not a hater. I'm someone who gave... So there's a new website that if you haven't gone to, you need to go to. It's called wastedondestiny.com. And you put in your tag, your gamer ID, and it tells you how many hours you have played Destiny.
Oh, I'm over 300.
I am at 270 hours on Destiny. So I believe I can thoroughly say that I have an informed opinion on the game, and I am not a hater for hater's sake.
You're not a hater for hater's sake, but you are a hater.
I think the game could be so much more, and maybe that's what it will be after, the Taken King. But I already feel like the Taken King. They took my money the first time. They took my money the second time. They took my money the third time.
No. 1, 2. Yeah, that would be 3, wouldn't it?
We'll probably stop hating on Destiny when you finally get that trophy.
Oh, now I got...
Or when they stop playing.
No. Yeah, as soon as I stop. Hey, we're all getting back into it. I quit. I quit video games. Just done. So I did play Final Fantasy Record Keeper. I've officially adopted the lifestyle of Mark. And I am starting to stock up on my mithril, because you have the right mentality. You should just wait for 50.
So let me tell you, I had 15, and I'm like, oh, you know what? I want a chance at Lightning's sword or whatever, and so I rolled for 3 rares, and I got 3 3-star items. Yeah. I have not gotten anything but a 3-star now for almost a month.
Nothing but 3 stars?
nothing but 3 stars.
Oh, that's just my life at this point.
I still haven't gotten a single character-specific thing.
I feel bad for you because that was my thing. I still haven't gotten a character specific. I still haven't gotten a character specific. And then I'm like, God, I just want one. So I looked at my phone and I said, give me a character specific. Bing, Morningstar. Like, thank you. I got myself
not the one I wanted, but thank you.
Actually, Selfie's thing is pretty awesome. It's very helpful.
It's kind of nice to go pop everybody heals 3k. And now that I can permanently keep it on her, yes. That's all I'm going to say, is whenever I want, I can go, 3k HP to everybody. My mages go to full. Cecil's almost full. I love Cecil Paladin. He destroys everything.
I kind of go in a different route with my mithril. I actually, I do save it for, like, the pulls, but I use it on Sundays to gain stamina so I can do the level up faster and faster and faster. So I'll blow, like, 5 or 6 mithril. And that's how most of my party is at 50, and I've got 4 65s.
Kudos to you. I used to be hit 5, spend it, hit 5, spend it, hit 5, spend it, hit 5, spend it. Oh, all of a sudden they gave you a small batch? Oh, I'm only 4 away from 15. Go to 15, spend it, hit 5, spend it, hit 5, spend it. I used to just not care. I'll do single pulls all day. And I've gotten quite a few 5 stars through that, but I feel like it's just not working anymore. So I'm going to try and do the 50 at least once or twice because of the fact that, pardon me, I've done about 10 single pulls now, and I've gotten only 3 stars, so I'm going to wait to do a 10 pull and see what happens. But
anything else you've been playing there?
I've been creating. If that's something we can talk about.
Nope.
I downloaded Unity.
That's a secret.
No, not that. Something else.
Okay.
I want to make a game with no loading screens. I want to make an adventure game where you get plopped into this world and then it's like, okay, have fun. And then you just explore. Do whatever the hell you want. Go wherever the hell you want. Just explore. And it's basically you're put on this island and you can just do things. And there's caves and there's mountain ranges and there's weird noises and there's
R2.
Screaming droids.
Screaming droids. So, and then you got it's like
so basically you want to make Proteus.
Sure.
Oh.
Or
No Man's Sky?
No, not that
Minecraft?
Meh. Not a square.
Not a square. He's not hip
square.
to be square.
I am too hip to be square. No, I don't want you to build stuff. It's more an exploring thing, and then you'll find secrets and puzzles and stuff. But
Cool.
I like Unity, but holy crap, is that a learning curve?
Yeah, I can imagine.
Yeah. So.
Anything else you played?
Yeah, that's it.
All right. So I've played Final Fantasy Record Keeper. I got both Zaz and Lightning and both their crystals already.
Crystals.
The Lightning crystal, they really do not want you to get. I actually had to save and reload like 6 times before I could. I got it with Sephiroth having less than 100 hit points left and managed to kill the boss. And he was the only surviving member of the team. But I didn't care at that point.
That boss has a sick counterattack.
Yeah, it's a super sick counterattack. It's really bad. And I think that's one of the things I'm a little disappointed in the game in, is that we are seeing a lot of recycled bosses and stuff, where I thought that we would see each of the game's unique bosses. Maybe it just hasn't happened yet, but whatever. It's still a lot of fun. I just feel like I'm way behind the curve. I've got 3 characters up to level 63. Did some leveling on Sunday, but not as much as I would have liked. I have been playing Goat Simulator. That came out on PlayStation Network this week. If you've not played Goat Simulator, the easiest comparison I can draw it to is, has anybody here played Skate or Skate 2?
Yeah, back in 360 days.
All right, so Turo,
Wait,
do you remember Hall of Meat?
Hollowed meat?
Hall of Meat.
Oh. Hall of wheat, no.
Meat. Okay.
Meat,
Anyway,
no.
so it was a mode introduced in Skate 2, which is probably one of the most fun times I've ever had with a video game. The idea was that you'd find the highest ledge or steepest incline and then dive off it, and you would go ragdoll limp physics, and the more bones you broke in the skater's body, the more points you would rack up. And it was absolutely fun because we'd like find a dam, and then we would skate off the side of the dam and turn people into lawn darts and watch their bodies basically implode at the bottom. A lot of fun. Great drinking game.
The more you destroy your character, the better.
Yeah. So that, in a nutshell, if you remove the skater and replace it with a goat, that's Goat Simulator. So basically, you are a goat with a sticky tongue, and you are trying to cause as much damage as humanly possible to the small town that they put you in. It is a hell of a lot of fun. I really like it, and it's on sale right now, $8.99 if you're a PlayStation Plus member.
Wait a minute, you paid for a game called Goat Simulator?
Yes, absolutely. If they made that mode, Hall of Meat, its own game, I would pay $60 for it. That's how much fun we had with it. It is hilarious.
So this is not a very realistic simulation of goats?
No, it's nothing to do with it. It's a physics-based simulation of a goat destroying everything. If you jump up and down on a car a couple times, it'll explode. And
surprised you guys haven't heard of this game. It came out last year.
On PC.
Yeah.
It came out last year, caused a huge splash. And it's
I'm
so
going to be honest, I really thought it was just some, like, hipster crap. I ignored it because of the name.
No, it's real.
It's even on the iPhone and Android, yeah.
It's amazing. And then you can eventually unlock better goat models. So right now I've got the buff goat.
Topless
which
goat.
looks like a ram. It's pretty good stuff. But yeah, so I definitely recommend checking that out. It's really cheap and it's a lot of fun. Played a ton of Rocket League. That game still continues to be like the best thing since sliced bread. I absolutely love it.
Opinion on the new map?
So,
the Mushroom Kingdom.
Yeah, the new map looks like the Mushroom Kingdom, kind of. It's much longer and wider, and so you can't see. It's harder to see to the end.
Oh my gosh!
Wow. And anyways, yeah, it's actually a really nice map. I really like it. It's
very deep.
Screws with a lot of pro players because they're not used to it yet. It takes time to get used to how long and difficult it is.
Oh my gosh!
So
it takes a little effort to take it all in.
It does.
I'm gonna say.
And so yeah,
I don't know whether to love or hate you guys. I'm not sure.
I know.
Just yes.
And so on Thursday, I think it was Thursday of last week. Was it? Yeah, I think it was Thursday of last week.
Okay, viewers, look at Dave's frozen picture. That's the best frozen picture of all time.
Let me see if I can pull it up, make it the main focus. No, I can't. It won't let me focus on his absent self. That sucks.
And his absent self.
Yeah, that's a fantastic.
It's Shadow Dave.
You've got there.
Shadow Dave.
Shadow
Dave.
We just need all the viewers to look at it.
Laugh. He's like. Yeah. Anyways, yes.
It's a wholehearted laughter.
On Thursday of last week, I was listening to another podcast, and they were talking about this genre of games that I think is one of the stupidest genre of games that I have ever heard of in my entire life. And
completely agree.
And one of the people on the podcast was saying that he was transfixed by it because the numbers always go up, and they only go up. And so I said, you know what, I'm going to just check this out. So we downloaded a little game called Tap Heroes.
Tap Titans. Tap Titans.
Tap Titans, sorry, Tap Titans.
Get the spawn of hell right at least.
Yeah, and I basically, I tried it out before I said anything to anyone, and I have to say that within the first 3 minutes I was hooked on it. It is amazingly terrifying progression of you doing damage to monsters that just exponentially gets larger and larger the more you level up, and there's different ways to spend money to level yourself up, and then you get minions who fight on your behalf, and they deal damage and have abilities that enhance your ability to do damage to them, and then there's it's for about a day, I literally thought I was staring into the abyss of hell. And of course I then shared and said, Dave, you have to check this out. And Dave's like, I'm not going to check that out. That's retarded. And Dave hasn't put it down since. Have you, Dave?
Taps in his sleep.
Yeah, see,
Taps in his sleep. I'm sorry for you.
here's the thing. Like, I don't have a lot of time for, like, a serious, like, session, like, right now with anything. So this really fit nicely, because I could sit there, like, feed the baby, open up the phone, tap, 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 tap. Oh, look, I played a game. And then I put it down. And then it just, like, it was clearly designed by a psychologist who specialized in addictive behavior and not a game designer.
And that's what amazed me, is it completely hooked me immediately based on that. It's like, I am a god. I am doing I'm doing trillions of damage to this monster, and the number's only going up. It only goes up.
And you see every number, and the faster you tap, the more numbers you see.
It's a total Pavlovian response.
It is. It's completely psychological and has nothing to do with.
I know exactly what's going on the whole time.
And he loves every minute of it.
And I feel like a dirty.
So if you put it within reach of the baby, like when you're cooking supper, and just let him slap the phone just to keep the taps going.
You gave him a new idea.
I want to keep him away from this stuff.
You need to build one of those Clash of Clan arms that they use so they can like play when they're sleeping. You just go.
So the amazing part is, I was completely like, hopefully no one from work ever sees this. I was completely like, I did not work for an entire day. I was just tapping this damn thing, and I thought, oh, I've made it pretty decently far, and I've been playing it on and off. That first day was the worst. It's gotten a little bit better for me. I'm a little bit more detached from it now, but I still play it on a semi-regular basis, and I'm all like, oh, I'll check in with Dave and John because, they got to be around the same level. No, Dave and John have both prestige levels. Yes, there's prestige, the ability to prestige and start over in this game, too. Dave, how many times have you prestige? Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
This isn't getting better for them. This is only getting worse.
Dave is ahead of you.
No,
Yeah.
Dave is
Like,
not ahead
way
of me.
ahead.
Dave is like Call of Duty addicted player. How many times have you
Like
prestige,
5-star
Dave?
general in Call of Duty, and Mark's like a private.
Hold on.
Mark is
there
just seething with jealousy.
I am, hold on. There we go. Let's see,
There's actually a place where you can see how many times you've actually tapped the screen.
Oh God.
Where's the stats at? Oh, it's in it's in settings.
If you go under, I don't know, but if you go under achievements, there's an achievement in there for tapping, and it'll tell you exactly how many times you've tapped.
Yeah, I'm on my 4th prestige.
Is there no energy system?
I'm on my hold on a second. I'm on my 4th prestige, and I'm already at level the stage 84 of that. At level 523, so I'm closing in on doing a 5th.
Yeah, so let me talk about how that works. There is no energy system. That's one of the catches, is you can just do this all day. What happens is that they have progression ramps, and you have to get to where you can do X amount of damage before you can move on to the next ramp, really is what it boils down to. And you have a bunch of you have a bunch of MMO-style abilities that are on real-world cooldown timers. So if I activate all my stuff, it may take 30 minutes for all those things to recharge so that I can use them again. But they do really powerful things, and you can level them up as well. So you're constantly juggling how you want to take all this money that you're making and spend it to best attack the difficulty ramp that you can continue to keep playing. Now, this is the insidious part. If you put the game down, you continue to accrue money. Your people still fight on your behalf, and you continue to accrue money. So a lot of times, if I hit one of those difficulty ramps, I'll just set the game down, come back to it in an hour, and I've gotten a lot closer to being able to spike my difficulty ramp.
So what you're telling me is you're all dirty whores.
Yes.
Yes.
That is
Not me.
Kate, I applaud you.
So Dave,
I'm like not interested at all in playing this game.
No, not a single
So
part of me
that's what I
wants to.
said too, because I'm like, this is gonna be so boring for me. I'm telling you, Kate, it's just like filling up that damn Final Fantasy experience bar. It is exactly the same thing. If you play,
Except it's not Final Fantasy.
Yeah, that's a big
It's-
thing right there.
That's the whole reason I'm playing Record Keeper, because it's Final Fantasy.
I have to wonder how much longer. Oh, and this is the other thing they do, which is crazy. So every once in a while there'll be a fairy with a chest that you can tap, and it will drop a chest.
I'm gonna tap her chest. I'm gonna tap it so far.
Oh yeah. And so when the chest opens, it'll say, "Hey, if you watch a video ad for another game, then we will give you." What right now mine says 7.24 BB gold, which BB is 2 above trillions, so it goes millions, trillions, AA, BB. So it'll give me 7 BB gold if I watch this video. And you know what I'm gonna do?
Watch this video.
I'm gonna watch the damn video.
Yeah.
because
It's that
I'm-
same damn video with so cute and quiet in it every single fucking time.
Dave,
But,
yeah.
Dave, what's your total playtime then? It's on there.
It's a lot.
Eh,
I'm not
Don't
kidding
get-
about
don't
saying
get
he
humid-
did
okay.
turn it off.
I-
He hasn't.
26 minutes is in
You
there?
know,
There's no way.
don't feel bad about playtimes, because I mean, that's one thing I won't harp on you against, because my current playtime on this is my multiple playthrough of Dead or Alive Extreme 1.
Right.
I'm currently at
It's
400
that stupid
hours.
RB. I'm sorry, something happened to my network there. What was your total playtime?
This can't be right. It says 30:26.
30 hours?
30 hours, 26 minutes.
No way.
I'm
So
at
you
night.
spent over a full day.
All right,
That's amazing.
granted, there's been 2 nights of insomnia.
Straight?
Where do you see that? Where do you see that?
In statistics under the settings.
Under the settings.
There's a little gear up the top.
Yeah.
there's
Oh,
little-
I see it.
I have less than half your hour.
I'm at 19. 19 hours, 44 minutes.
I have to say this. I have to say this. You
What?
guys are playing tap games. I can play Destiny.
Oh no, you're still.
Well, no, I'm still the most pathetic person, because in my third playthrough of DOAX1, I'm currently at 400 hours.
I'm trying to platinum the game that's taken $100 from me.
I've paid nothing for this. I'll give it that.
Yeah.
You guys have money on me. I have multiple gear and, I don't know, not a tap game.
But this is going to make us millions of dollars, man. This is research right here.
Yeah, it is.
We've
all
we've
of
all,
you need 30 hours of research on the game. Yes.
we've cracked the code. What have you been doing?
Yeah.
creating
that's actually.
creating a GUI interface, creating an engine for the the certain
Oh,
emote. Creating
So, yeah.
an engine. What have you guys been doing?
We are going to fill that engine with stuff.
Apparently,
that's
they're
gonna get-
researching tapping games because
that's
we were
gonna get
making fun
idiots
of them.
like us.
Nick, I really think that in order to understand, because this is a very large debate that we had a little while ago, that if you don't try it, you don't understand what the addictive qualities are.
No, you know
And how
something?
they ramp
My
it.
fiance won't let me download it for a good reason.
No, I agree. We keep Nick pure. We need him to do some actual work. We'll take it for the team and do the
Wow.
planning.
Kate and Turo, I would love to hear your ideas on it. All I ask is if you are willing to participate in the experiment, 5 minutes. That's all I ask that you give the game. Is
No.
5 minutes.
No.
Which
I'm
you can
already
easily
having a
do while
problem
you're
with Clash of
podcasting,
Clans.
because you just sit
Go
here
and add
and
another.
that's all you do is just go like
Sure.
Do we even have to look at the phone?
Yeah.
No.
No.
You don't have to look at it.
Occasionally.
Please say no to
My
that.
gosh.
Actually, once in a while, if you like.
Because you gotta see if you
prepare
got a fairy floating around.
I
You gotta tap
accidentally
that.
leveled up a relic I didn't want to do by not looking at the phone, so you do have to pay a little bit of attention.
Oops.
Turo, you should totally.
That cost you.
Yeah.
I would love to hear your thoughts on it. It is
See, I wasn't.
I'll
I
play
wasn't-
it when Turo and Dave play Record Keeper.
Yeah, no.
See, now it just needs to come out for 360, so all you have to do is say tap 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 tap.
So how was your day? Tap 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 tap. My day was tap 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 tap. Great tap 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 tap. How was tap 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 tap? Yours tap 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 tap.
So yeah, that's Tap Titans. It's been something.
Sounds like a rap
and-
song. Tap Titans.
It-
No, like tapping dead ass.
No.
No, it's tapping ours.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Whoa.
So other things to talk about. Do we have anything else that? Nope. So that is going to bring us then to, of course, the news.
What, we have news?
Yes, we have
Something else happened in the world besides tapping my
Tap
phone?
Yes. Something else did happen besides tapping your phone.
Tappity tap tap tap.
And my girlfriend's so pissed because she's just like, it sucks. And I was just like, yes. And she goes, why are you still doing it? I was like, I don't.
Just say yes. That's when you just say yes.
Yeah, I was just like, look, I was like, I'm not hurting anybody. We're just driving.
I'm not hurting anybody.
I was like, I'm not ignoring you. I'm having a full conversation. I don't have to
When
pay
you know it's a
attention to it.
problem.
I'm not hurting you. I can stop whenever I want. I just
When
don't
you
want
break
to.
out the I'm not hurting anybody.
See, I
You don't
had the
know who you're
exact-
hurting.
I had the exact opposite thing happen with my significant other. I was in the middle of playing it, and then I had to drive somewhere. I said, "Will you take this and tap it for a couple seconds?" She's like, "Wait, I just have to tap this?" And I'm like, "Yes." And she's like, "Is there anything else?" I'm like, "Well, a little bit, but not much. You don't have to worry about it. Just tap that." And we drove maybe 4 minutes, and by the time I got home, she's like, "I need to install this on my phone."
Oh, yeah.
This is good stuff. So yeah, there was a ton of news this week. So let's get right into it. First off, Nick, I think you have some news about Destiny: The Taken King.
Oh, and real
Yes.
quick, I did get a Moto 360 last week,
Nice.
and they're kind of
Oh,
awesome
Moto.
actually. They're actually it's a very spiffy little smartwatch. I was really down on the whole smartwatch thing, but it amazingly comes in handy. You can order
How
from
so?
Amazon just from your voice. It's kind of cool.
That's
Because you
dangerous.
need to be
Yeah,
able to make
yeah.
it easier
Wow.
to order off Amazon.
Exactly. Well, because I used to go to Amazon on my phone, using the app on my phone. Now I'm tapping on the phone, so I can't do that anymore. so I can just go talk into my watch and order stuff from Amazon.
Oh my God! What if you could tap your? What if you could tap your watch?
Oh God.
Oh God.
You could play you could play twice as tappiness. You could be tapping on your phone and your watch at the same time.
Yeah, but I don't think that would work. I think that would kill the battery because, let's face it, this is not nice to phone batteries as it is.
Yeah, this game is a battery hog. It's-
Okay.
It is.
Enough about Tap Titans. Let's get on to
It
Destiny.
taps that battery.
Oh, no. We've talked about Destiny on every single podcast since before that game even came out. We can talk about this hell on Earth.
Just because Dave is like out prestigious like 5 times, you know. He's
It's
got
the only time he can brag about game. Like it's the second time this year he can brag about a game. Let him brag.
the one time I'm actually good at something in this group. I'm so
You guys
ashamed.
deny me.
really a game, but you know.
I'm so ashamed. I am so ashamed. You have no
So
idea.
I'm gonna brag about this at work. I'm gonna be like, yeah, I have a buddy on the podcast. He's so good at
Oh.
tapping.
Yeah,
It's
dude,
just
you have no idea how horrible this is.
Well,
so elite.
Dave, now you know how I feel with my DOAX thing. Where it's like
MLG
you
at
just
tapping.
Stop, you're so ashamed.
But Kate, that's an actual game. There's like gameplay involved.
We debate that.
There is a game framework in this. I'm sorry, it is a fully fleshed out game.
There is. There's actually a surprising amount of strategy to it.
And I have to say that the quality of the game is very well done. It's great animation, great artwork, good
Yeah,
sound.
that's what I need.
If you think about it, any iPhone or any smartphone game is a tapping game. So
this,
You just blew my mind.
Yeah.
No, they're mostly sliding games. This is just BS all the way around.
So Dave, do you single tap or do you have a snazzy like double tap going yet?
We actually do a quad tap.
Whoa.
Quad, whoa!
It's a staggered thumb 3-finger tap.
Oh, jeez, it's not even the one I was thinking it was.
He has to use 4 fingers to make it work.
Can we actually can we go back a little bit about a history here? This is actually the culmination of my life because I used to be amazing at track and field in the arcades back in the day. Track and field, the original tap game.
Your feet.
With your feet.
No.
Yeah.
I use a trackpad.
No, I'm talking about the arcade track and field, not the Nintendo thing.
Yeah, but then you slammed on a button. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't one. You weren't tapping.
Yeah, you were.
No, you were slamming. You were like slamming your hands back and forth.
That's like a
Congo
bigger
bongo.
version of tapping.
It is a bigger version of tapping.
Yeah, you can
Everything's gotten
You
smaller.
guys had no subtlety back then. You could use fingers. You could like that. It was way faster that way. I actually had a portable version of the game. Radio Shack made a portable track star game that was like track and field, and I had that, and that was little finger taps. I was like that. Yeah. So this is just the culmination of my life's work as a pathetic gamer. I want to kill myself. This is ridiculous. I just thought of that now. Now I'm really sad.
All right. So Nick, in 30 seconds or less,
I have it written that way.
pick the high points of the
Give
Destiny.
me less than 30 seconds for all my Destiny stuff. Fine. Go.
No.
Tell me. I have it written down so you can do this. Let's go.
Oh, so you want me to do it, not you?
No, I have everything written. I'm
All right.
ready.
Well, then go.
Fine. They have gotten rid of individual armor upgrade material, and they have turned it into a single upgrade material. So now they have gotten rid of more currency, and they have turned it into a singular one, ×2. Story is actually present. According to every single site I've seen, there is a story. It's not huge, not great, but they've done something.
Destiny again.
That's
Roughly,
the quote on the box. It's not huge. It's not great.
But we did something.
It's something. Have fun.
about 30 new like 30 new exotic weapons are coming, that's just me personally. I love rare stuff. I'm a collector. Zerg now sells a coin, which gives you a better chance of getting an exotic when beating a boss. Light level doesn't determine your gear. Gear doesn't determine your level. Level determines your gear. Yay. You can use your old gear and dismantle it to improve new weapons. So your 6th icebreaker isn't bad anymore. You can use it to upgrade other stuff. Yay. Your ghost shells, this is like the mic drop in my opinion. Ghost shells have a reason now. They increase your light, and they give you additional benefits. Increase intellect, increase strength, increase something, or increase glimmer, and there's more stuff. The ghost shells actually mean something. I should have used that as the last one for a transition. Anyway, hold on. And then the Dreadnought, which is the area which is the new patrol area, apparently is filled with secret areas, secret bosses, secret quests, secrets.
Well, they're not so secret if we know about them.
I know, right? Game Informer was given 24 hours and the full beta version of The Taken King, and they said play whatever you want and say whatever you want. You just can't touch the raid. And with 24 hours, they still didn't find it. They weren't even close to finding everything in the Dreadnought. So they give you a big expansive area with a ton of secrets, bunch of new items, bunch of new gear, and they simplified the system. Done. Ha.
When you say
Actually,
ghost
don't make it
shells,
sound
what
bad.
do you mean?
You know how?
Ghost.
Yeah, you know your little
Bangs.
ghost? You can change the way he looks. And those shells, there's 2 in the game currently. Ever. I have one.
Okay.
And now they're giving you more, and each one has an ability, or a little
That's cool.
perk, which is nice.
I got you.
Because it's
not just
nice
for looks
to
now.
compare. Yeah. Sometimes, no, yeah.
There's a red one if you pre-ordered with a special package,
That's what I
right?
have.
That's the only other
Yeah.
one.
I have the red one right now, and it's cool because there are a few people who don't have it, but then most of the people who are as far as I am, they're like, yeah, we have it too. What are you so big about? So.
Here's another quick positive from something I saw is that if you want to create a new character, or if you're a brand new player to Destiny, they're giving you a experience potion that automatically jumps your level up to what you need in order to access the new content straight from the tower.
Wait,
pretty
so
cool.
then you don't have to play the game at all to
No,
play the game?
no. They have gotten rid of light. Light, you don't. Here, okay, let me try.
You don't need to. Oh, go ahead.
Okay. So you know how your light level determines how high you are?
Yeah.
That's gone. Now your level, based on experience, determines your level.
Oh, we talked about this. We played
Sounds like they
the
made it
beta
more
for a
like Cat
year.
Titans.
So because right now the max level is 20, my light level is 34 though. So with that potion, I can take the potion, and with my current gear, it'll make my actual level equal to my light level, which means that I don't have to grind back up to 34. I just go click, and I have a 34.
Got it.
That's pretty
But
cool.
if you're not,
So you
If
still
you're a new
have to
player-
play the game.
you do. You still have to level up. If you're a new player, only one of your 3 characters can get this bonus. So when you create a new character, you can jump into the Taken King, and then you play Taken King. Then you can create a second character, and you have to start from scratch. So you start at level 1, and you slowly work your way up to 40, which is the new cap. But because I'm 34, I have 6 levels to go.
Okay, so that was way longer than 30 seconds.
Thank you for the
Fine.
question. Made me feel smart.
No, yeah. So the other addition to this is
Yeah.
they came out this week explaining why they were replacing Peter Dinklage's voice throughout the entire game with Nolan North's.
Mhm.
And the executive producer of the game.
Sounds like you're playing a tapping game.
Who, me?
You're always playing a tapping game. What are you talking about?
Tap, 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 tap,
Tap, tap, tap, tap, tap, tap, tap.
I'm actually not.
tap, 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 tap.
Votes in Nolan North and say, hey, next week we're doing this thing. Would you like to be able to come and do that? And he's available. And I'm like, duh. He's a Hollywood actor who demands more than $10,000, for his time. I'm sure that's why they can't keep using him. Or am I completely mute and nobody heard me?
No,
No,
you-
I heard
is that the only reason why they're picking Nolan?
Yeah, that's what they're
Is
saying.
money?
Oh no, I heard that it was because Peter Dinklage was. I mean, he was very fun to deal with, and he was not deal with. He was very fun to do everything with, and he was a very good person. But it started out with them saying, "Oh, it's Hollywood nonsense." It's not that we don't like him. It's not that he didn't do a good job. It's the fact that due to Hollywood stuff. And then later they said, it's more because Nolan North. This is what he does. This is his job. Is just voice acting, and he does it well. And he's more open, he's more available, he's more, hey, we need something for next week, can you come in? Yeah, sure, and he can come in. So he's just more available.
Okay.
You mean Bungie's story changed from what they originally said?
There is story.
That's
what
odd.
They expanded on it. I'm not sure they really changed.
Expanded universe of Destiny already.
So, Matt,
Yup.
starting tomorrow, there's a little program going on the PlayStation Plus network.
Yeah.
Can you talk a little bit about that?
Sure. So one of the big gripes of the PlayStation Network and PS Plus in particular is that we get games with our Plus subscription. In fact, we get 6 games a month, 3 per platform that is currently supported, for no additional cost. However, we have no real input. I mean, there is a thread going on in the blog or in the forums or somewhere, both, yes, neither. But you never really kind of saw where there was a direct correlation between what people were asking for on there. Also, a lot of people ask for really stupid and unreasonable stuff, but that's a whole nother conversation. So, PlayStation has come up with the vote on what game you want. Let's see, what is its official title? I don't see it here right now, but So if you're a PS Plus member and you have a PS4, starting tomorrow for the first one, it's unclear whether or not, it doesn't look like this is going to be a monthly feature. It looks like it's probably more quarterly, but they haven't definitely said for sure what the timing on this is yet. But starting tomorrow, you'll be able to vote on one of 3 titles that will be included in the Instant Games Collection, or whatever we're calling it now, for the PS4 next month. The other 2 that do not win the voting will be at a discount. The percentage has not been yet stated on what the discount on that is. The 3 games, 2 of which I know for sure have come out on Steam or PC before. The third one I'm not sure about. The first one is Zombie Vikings, which is a 4-player side-scrolling brawler about zombie Vikings blowing stuff up. I have to say their ad was the most humorous of the 3. Each of them had to do an ad asking for your votes, explaining the game. They're about a minute long. Zombie Vikings definitely gets the vote for best ad because they went to a lot of effort and did something creative and unique. Grow Home is a game.
There's my vote.
What?
There's my vote.
Grow Home or Zombie Vikings?
Grow Home.
Grow Home is a game that's been out on Steam for 6 months or a year or so. Got a very, very positive review. It is a procedurally generated, physics-driven game with no combat. It's strictly exploration. You control a robot named Bud, which is a biological something device, upkeep device, something like that. Anyway, your job is to grow this giant beanstalky-like plant thing back up into the orbit, into your mothership, so that you can get some item to save the planet. So it's a puzzly, physics-based, and exploration game, I guess. But since it is procedurally based, that means every time you play it, it will be different.
And I have heard nothing but good things from everyone, all my group of friends that play on PC.
Yeah, so it's very, very positive reviews. Very. It's probably a top contender for the free game. The third one is actually the one I'm planning on voting for, and that's Armello. And it is a tactical RPG board game. I think is the best way to describe it. So it's got elements of a CCG card game, it's got elements of a board game, and it's got elements of an RTS, all kind of mushed into one thing. So it's a virtual tabletop game is what it is. And it looks real interesting, and I think it would be, near as I can, from what I saw, it only supports multiplayer online. I didn't see anything about having a couch multiplayer mode, which is kind of sad, but then again, also at the same time, it's kind of hard to do, especially if you are supposed to be keeping some items secret from your opponents. But all 3 of them have videos up on the blog and on YouTube and on the PSN, and so you can go ahead and kind of get an idea of what one you want to vote for, or go out and do research on like I said, at least 2 of them, if not all 3 of them, are out on Steam. Go and look and see what the feedback is on there. And starting tomorrow, you log into the PS4, into the store, you'll be able to vote for one of those 3 games, and whichever gets the highest number of votes will be the free game, one of the 2 free games for PS4 next month. And as said before, the other 2 will be discounted at a currently unstated percentage.
Good. Turo, you like fighting games, right?
Yeah! You press the bunch button and the kick button.
So, I know that maybe would you call yourself a hardcore fighting game person?
A hardcore. Like tournament hardcore?
Yeah.
No. No, I would like to play a bunch of people, but I wouldn't enter a tournament. They'd eat me alive.
Oh, so what if I told you that you could play a fighting game where all the moves are executed with a single button press?
No! No! It's like handicap plus 10.
Tap
No.
Titans is a fighting game?
No. So there's a gentleman named Seth Killian
Oh yeah.
who might have been a big deal on Street Fighter 4 or Street Fighter tournament fighting scene at some point. And he said, there's a huge barrier to entry for people like Turo who may not be able to pull off a Dragon Punch every time he wants to do one. And so what happens if we build a fighting game where everyone has the same level playing field for executing moves, and it becomes more about the strategy of getting inside your opponent's head, being able to figure out when to turtle, when to not turtle, when to block, when to not block, etc. And they actually made a fighting game based off of this.
So it's like basketball meets video games?
Yeah,
Kind of, except that everybody who's played it so far is raving about how good it is.
really.
And so
Basketball is really good. So I don't.
And so
Totally.
what the problem is that it has been in closed alpha up until this point. Well, as of yesterday, they actually opened up. It's called Rising Thunder, and you can go to risingthunder.com. It is now in open alpha for everyone, and it is something I very much want to check out. Now, I know, Kate, you're also a fighting game fan. Does this sound like something appealing to you?
It depends. I'm not real like I love the fighting games that I love, but I'm not really a fighting game because I suck at them. But I'm not like I'll never be a tournament player or anything like that. It would depend on if the characters and all that would bring me in, because the characters and story and whatever are the only reasons I play Mortal Kombat and Dead or Alive.
Well,
So it would depend.
Yeah, I'm not sure this one's. I think right now it does not have a story mode.
So then I probably wouldn't.
But
if they had cool character design.
They're all robots and they have cool character design. Some are male, some are female. Don't ask me why, they're robots. But hey, and it seems, like I said, the fighting game community seems to be embracing it. This is actually made not only by Seth Killian, but also by the brothers who put on EVO every year. So that's a pretty huge pedigree for fighting games.
Mm-hmm.
And I think that we will see this at EVO next year. But it would be interesting because, again, if you're a casual player looking to get into the fighting game scene for the first time, not even competitively, just learning a fighting game, there's so much baggage that you don't have to learn in something like this where it's
that sounds like an old game. You said it's all robots, one button fighting. That's Black Hole Assault for the Sega CD.
Except good. And more people will play it because it's not on the Sega CD.
I'm just saying.
So,
I'm just saying. They may be open to a lawsuit.
Super Saiyan? What?
I don't think so. So, Kate, although you may not like those fighting games, I do know that you like Square Enix games.
I do.
And I have heard that there is a little sale going on right now.
Yeah, Square Enix and a few Devil May Cry incarnations are going on sale on PSN. Just looking down the list, there's quite a few I want to buy, even though if I spend any gaming money, it should be towards resurrecting my PSN or PS Plus. But yeah, Chrono Cross, Chrono Trigger, Crystal Defenders, Dissidia, Drakengard, Elevator Action Deluxe. Pretty much every Final Fantasy except for 12 and 1 and 2.
Which sucks because I want 12.
I know. I have but there's a few of these that I don't have on my PSP that it's like, oh, I should pick that up for my PSP. But yeah, ranging in price from a couple of them down the list, like the first Parasite Eve and Vagrant Story are $2.99. Most of the Final Fantasy games are $4.99. The most expensive one on here is the Final Fantasy X and X-2 HD Remastered for PS3, and it's $14.99. And Lightning Returns is also $14.99. As for Devil May Cry, there's a few different incarnations. The Devil May Cry HD collection is $9.99. Devil May Cry 4 Special Edition, $18.99. So if you're a Square Enix fan, or if you like Devil May Cry, it's a good time to pick them up on PSN.
Awesome.
Some awesome titles.
Mm-hmm.
And speaking of more awesome, in Japan, the Sony has a Japanese beta group where people can go in and be parts of new releases for firmware, things of that nature. And the PlayStation 4 3.0 firmware release is currently available in Japan to people who are in that beta program. And filters are coming out of what is in there. One of the big things that they have is
Marquee, go bye-bye.
No.
YouTube streaming. So you won't have to use Twitch.
You went bye-bye for a second.
And again,
Okay,
just
got
there.
Got it. So yeah, so basically what happens is they've said that, hey, in this release, we're going to have native YouTube streaming built in, so you won't have to use Twitch, you won't have to use Ustream, you'll be able to just do straight to YouTube streaming if that's enabled for your YouTube account. And they're also going to be adding a couple more features, which my phone just crashed, so I'm waiting to see what it said. Oh, yeah. You'll also be able to upload 10-second clips to Twitter. There will be an events menu to find and watch events related to PlayStation, so future press conferences, etc. There'll be a community feature where you can make a new community, like Gamersledge, or join an existing one, and be able to find games your friends are currently playing. So that's something that they're coming out with, and there's not an announcement date for it yet, but since it's already in the beta program in Japan, I would expect in the next month and a half, I would expect to see it over here. So
That's got to affect Twitch, doesn't it?
not really. I mean, Twitch is still the largest gaming platform in the world. YouTube wants to make the push to be there and do the same thing. So it gives people extra stuff. Extra options. Churro.
Yo, what's up?
So there's this little card game. You might have heard of it. It's not very big. It's put out by the makers of World of Warcraft. Do you know something about Hearthstone?
I know that you guys talk about it all the time, but that's about it.
Do you know any statistics on how it might be doing?
Nope. Probably awesome.
Exceptionally well.
You so fail at this entire podcasting thing. I'm just telling you.
You really do.
I just come by and hang out.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what's happening today. That's what game came out today. Oh, all right.
Look,
So-
Toro takes it seriously when you say a conversation among friends, okay?
Yeah.
All right. Sorry.
Can't
Sorry.
follow on this one.
So it turns out that Hearthstone is a little bit more than popular. It pulls in about $20 million a month.
Balls.
That, as you might imagine, has disrupted the physical collectible card game ecosystem because everybody's spending their money on this digital game, Hearthstone.
Oh, so
Well, you
real
don't have
cards
to.
aren't being bought?
So real cards are not being bought.
Oh my
Because-
gosh.
Everyone's buying these digital ones that transfer from device to device, etc.
They always stay mint condition.
Basically.
You know, this.
And as soon as they're done with the game, you're poof.
Yeah, this is
Oh,
actually something
merchandise
that
goes.
I was thinking about when we were out at Gen Con, is why doesn't every single one of these games have a digital version of their collectible card game?
Yeah.
Because
I would like to have a digital version of this.
oh my god, I would so like to have a digital version of UFS.
That's an 8-bit Ryu for those of you that can't see.
Oh, I can see.
And
I don't see why it doesn't make sense to switch to digital to be able to play either physical or digital with the same deck. It doesn't seem like
Maybe
it
with
makes
a little
sense.
QR
they
code or
tried-
something.
They tried that whole, everything you buy in real life can actually be put into the game thing. Yeah, they lost a
Yeah.
whole bunch of money on that.
No,
As
no,
people
Magic
were
does
cheating?
that today. Magic
Wow.
actually does that today. So it's interesting. They have not gone physical to digital, but they do digital to physical. So
Just said doo-doo.
if you acquire a full playset of digital cards, you can cash them in for a physical playset of actual Magic cards. So if you're in the what's that?
In duels?
No, in the Magic game. The
2015.
Magic, no, the Magic core game that has been out for years and years and years on the PC. It's just called Magic the Gathering.
Oh, okay.
It is not one of the Duel of the Planewalkers or anything else. You have to have a Magic account with Wizards of the Coast / Hasbro, and then you can purchase cards and packs of cards just like you do in the real world. And if you build a playset of any set together in there, then you can cash it in for a playset of real cards in the real world.
But can you get the cards for? Is there a way to get the cards for free, or do you have to pay for the cards?
So you can play in tournaments that you have to pay to enter to be able to win packs of cards, digital packs of cards.
Okay, but there's no way to completely free acquire cards.
There is if you're insane like Dave and want to tap 1 billion times. So yes, you can play in free tournaments to get sealed packs if you do well enough in those tournaments to get free cards. It is possible, yes. But is it probable? No.
Okay, because that's the thing. Because Magic Origins is basically free Magic.
Right.
But what you're talking about is basically taking the physical game and putting it on a digital medium.
Correct. And the interesting part about this, where I think even that succeeds, because that makes them quite a bit of money as well, is that if Matt's kind of stuck, if there's not a UFS player in Cashton, then his next bet is to go to Lansing, which is an hour away, and if there's nobody that plays UFS there, he may be looking at a drive to Madison, which is over 2 hours away.
Hour and a half, isn't it?
It's 2 hours, solid 2 hours to Madison. But
And whereas if he buys his cards digitally online and builds his decks that way, he always has people to play with in the online environment.
Which is super nice.
It is super nice. And so that's why I think all of these card companies need to start investing in digital versions of their games that they can then release on Steam and have a much, much larger player base than what they would in the physical space, even.
It's trying to remind me of that. It's the Yu-Gi-Oh game on the PS3. What was that called?
Yu-Gi-Oh?
No. It had the eye, and you had to scan the card, and...
No, that wasn't Yu-Gi-Oh! That was Eye of Judgment.
Eye of Judgment.
Yeah, but it's the Yu-Gi-Oh game of PS3.
I guess if you refer to all CCGs as Yu-Gi-Oh games, then sure.
Yeah. Put the card down, they come to life. Put the card down, you come to life.
And if they added a digital way to do this, you'd expand your player base too, because there's a lot of people that play Hearthstone that wouldn't necessarily go to a local shop to play, in person. They would just do it digitally.
Yeah, and another example of this that I can think of is HeroClix. If you buy a HeroClix pack, you can actually take the barcode and scan it in on their website and get the digital version of those figures.
Yeah, I'm so glad they didn't have that a few years ago.
They did, actually.
No, like a few more years ago than...
Oh, well, yeah. I'm glad they didn't, too. But they do now, and it's actually pretty slick. So that's something that you should check out, too, Dave.
Yeah, the trick with like a UFS or something is since they still do, dang it. They still
do everywhere.
Since they still do random packs of boosters, if you were trying to do crossover meta and physical, that makes it hard. Now with like Versus, there's absolutely no reason for them to not.
Mark II.
What?
It makes him... Never mind.
Never mind.
So, anyways, yeah, versus you get a playset of everything, but
I have
still.
my Thanos HeroClick over there. That's like my best one ever.
Wait. Not the Thanos with the. Not the Thanos with the castle.
No.
Okay, that's what I thought.
What?
Because there's a Thanos with the castle to Mistress Death HeroClick.
Yeah, this was the first one.
Yeah, no, I have that one too.
I never had any luck with getting good hero clicks. I always got like the middle of the road hero clicks in the robot boxes.
I kind of might have owned a store, so I traded with people for all the good ones.
See, I always think if I ever owned a hobby store, I would do great for cards and tournaments. I would do horrible for the comics.
Why?
Because I don't know what to get. I don't understand it, how it works 100%.
That's why you get a partner who knows
Yeah,
what
that's
they're
why you get a partner who knows
Okay,
that stuff.
but I would be
Absolutely.
sick when it comes to card tournaments and card games and getting everything set up, and I'd be joining and judging in certain things. I'm very pinpoint focused on.
Well, if you want to know, Deaf Ear's gaming section really needs somebody to run it right now. So, hey, if you're interested, feel free
nights
to
are
walk
open.
down there. What?
No, my nights aren't open.
So I mentioned a little bit earlier that I had started playing Everybody's Gone to the Rapture. I don't think anybody heard me when I said it, but that came out this week. That's by the Chinese Room, and it is basically akin to Gone Home in that you are kind of set down in this British town in the 1980s, directly after what appears to be the rapture, where everyone's been called to heaven. And except for you and one other person, a doctor who has found her way to the radio station and is still broadcasting and encouraging you to figure out what's happened for yourself. And the game is beautiful. I really, really like the soundtrack. It sets a great atmosphere. And the interesting thing is I've been trying to avoid all of the reviews on the game because I wanted to experience it fresh. And the first thing I noticed is that there is you walk very slowly. And I'm like, okay, it's going to take me 7 years. I don't mind so much, but I could see where this might get a little monotonous. Well, it turns out there is a run button in the game.
Hooray!
Except that it's not documented anywhere in the game.
Hooray! You have to
Yes.
figure it out.
So the funny part was that apparently they decided about, 3 weeks before launch to include a run button in the game. And they did so, and because they were so close to release, they kind of forgot to document it before they shipped the game. And
That's awesome.
so they've been getting marked down on all these reviews by the fact that there was no way to go any faster. And so now it turns out there is one. Nobody pressed any
Right.
buttons long enough to figure it out.
Just trying to say, how complicated is the run functionality?
So to be fair,
Right.
it is a little complicated. You have to hold down R2 and then walk in a straight line. As you do so, you will get faster.
Okay.
And on all of the loading screens, it shows you all of the buttons, and R2 is not one of the buttons it lists.
Nice.
Wow, it's not even in the game.
No,
saying
it's not
that
in the
that's
game
run
at
button?
all. That's the whole
awesome.
point. Is they kind of shipped it without remembering to put that or fix that screen to include it.
I can only imagine like speedrunners who would beat the game and being like, "Yeah, I beat it in this many hours," and be
Okay,
like,
so
"Here's
it's
the run
not-
button."
It's not a run button. It is a walk faster button.
Slowly
gosh.
increase your speed over time button.
Right.
It's a mall walking. It's a speed walk button.
That is exactly it. It's the
Wall
mall
walk
walking
button.
That is the mall walking button. I approve of this. Yes. So,
Everything I've seen of that game seems ridiculously boring.
Aww.
I suppose if you went into it with the mindset that you don't care about the environment or the story or the narration that they're trying to put up, probably so.
You were just saying how great a movie The Hurt Locker is. There isn't a slower movie in existence than The Hurt Locker, so you can't be bored by a game about walking.
What?
This
Wait, are we talking about Lord of the Rings?
This is not that. No, not.
Wow!
This is not that podcast.
Wait, there's a new Lord of the Rings game? What?
No,
Don't even.
Oh boy.
It's Myst-esque, isn't it?
It is Myst-esque, yes.
Oh, I'm out.
Except that it's not
It
in
doesn't involve
HyperCard.
tapping.
It's not in HyperCard.
Oh.
And you're right, it doesn't involve tapping, so of course they
Myst is the biggest scam ever perpetrated on gaming since tap games now. They finally have something to beat Myst.
They found some
Finally
floors.
have something.
This
Finally
only
have something.
predates tap games by what, 30 years?
Oh boy.
They're
So,
behind.
Dave,
Yes.
I know that you have happened to have watched a certain digital film online for free called Kung Fury.
Oh, yes.
Did you know that there's a PlayStation 4 game that came out yesterday?
I did not know this yesterday, but I know what I'll be downloading after this podcast.
So
Because
the
I
amazing
love
part,
me some 2D beat-em-ups.
it is a 2D beat 'em up where you get to fight
We were
Nazi
just talking about this.
arcade machines and physically enhanced. I don't remember if it was. I don't remember.
Weren't we
who this
talking
was.
about this last week? I'm having deja vu.
We were talking about games that we wanted back. And
Yeah.
I think Dave, you said you wanted a 2D beat 'em up.
That's exactly why I
Exactly.
included this in the news because
Awesome.
it's like
We
Kung
needed a
Fury.
new 2D broader.
It's like Kung Fury went back in time.
What's the name of this?
It's called Kung Fury.
Now, I'm assuming there's
Great
not a lot of
movie.
depth to this game.
It
because
is
costs
$1.99.
Right. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, it's not actually like a level progression game, like, say, like a Streets of Rage or a Final Fight, but it's more of a score chase game. Am I mistaken there?
More of a what?
Like a score chase game. Like,
I believe
So it's
it
kind
is
of like
Star
a-
Chase. Yeah, I believe
yeah,
it
so
is
it's kind of
Star
like the brawling equivalent of a racing game, where you're just striving to beat your best time and score each time.
In fact, I can't even confirm whether or not there's more than a single screen.
So it's a
I
tap
watched.
game.
I watched the.
I will
watched-
so give them my money. I don't care.
Yeah, I'm actually gonna get it myself because it's $1.99. That's awesome. But
Yeah.
in the screen that they showed, it looks like a Final Fight kind of clone.
Yeah.
But I never saw them move past the boundaries of one screen, so I don't know if there's more than one screen. In all honesty. Let's see what else. Kate.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna come back to you in a minute because I skipped the story. Did anybody besides me play Divinity Original Sin?
Mm-mm.
No.
No.
There's a version coming out for PS4.
That is so very sad because that game is
Is
so
it?
very good.
Is
I
it?
don't think it is.
What?
Ooh.
Man, there's a huge echo.
Is that coming? Who's that coming from?
Probably your hollow head.
Oh.
It is not me. I am going to continue to mute people until I find the offender. It's not you.
Well, I dropped for a second and just re got in here, but I'm on a headset, or on headphones.
I think it's Dave.
Unmute Dave.
I can't. Yeah, Dave, unmute yourself.
What is the noise you're hearing?
Whoa!
Yeah,
now
it's
you're a
definitely
robot.
Dave.
Robo Dave will kill you.
It's definitely Dave.
What happened?
Robo Dave.
Turn into robot.
exterminate.
Is it still there?
Nope. Now it's gone. Now the echo's gone too.
Yeah,
You're,
that's weird. It's
you're,
definitely you.
you're a Dalek and you don't know it.
That's weird.
So, sadly, if you haven't played Divinity Original Sin, this was a Kickstarter for a CRPG, a computer role-playing game, and they did some really interesting things with it, almost Chrono Cross-esque, Chrono Trigger-esque in being able to, you'd have a mage that would cast a firewall, and then a ranger shoot an arrow through that firewall to hit somebody, and it would become a flaming arrow.
Oh, so it's
along
like
the way.
Plants vs. Zombies.
Only good.
You dirty whore. Don't
Yeah,
even.
I'm sorry.
Don't
That
even.
game sucks donkey balls.
Dude, you're insane, sir.
No, I'm not insane. I am wholeheartedly sane. But
This is.
announced that this was originally done on Kickstarter. It launched. It even has multiplayer, both local and online multiplayer. It's coming to PS4 with couch co-op, so I'm extremely excited about that. But they announced today that they are launching a second one, and they are going to Kickstarter again since the first one did so well. And I will completely put my money down on Divinity Original Sin 2. So that will be launched on Kickstarter shortly.
Wow, this game looks awesome.
The game is awesome. It is one of the.
And the echo's back.
Is it? I don't hear an echo.
For a second there. No, it's not. Never mind.
For what systems?
Right now it's only PC, but it's coming for Xbox One and PS4.
Yes. Oh, that's awesome. It looks amazing. That's why we haven't played it.
It is amazing. So, speaking of amazing, Kate.
Yeah. Are you going to skip me this time?
No, I'm actually coming directly to you because there's a little game that's had some clamor to be remade for quite a while.
Yeah, Resident Evil 2.
And wouldn't it be nice if Capcom actually said, hey, we're listening to fans and want to do that?
Yeah, it would be, although I have reservations because Capcom's broke, like kitchen-ass broke, and Shinji Mikami is no longer at Capcom. And
they have so much things to make money.
I know. Resident Evil 2 will make the money, and that's what they need right now because they have none.
They have
but yeah,
monies.
Like they're starting from scratch with it. It's not like an HD remaster or anything. They're gonna go in the vein they went with the Resident Evil remake that came out on GameCube and then was a huge seller when it was released on PS3, PS4, and they're gonna go back to the drawing board and revamp it, which should be pretty exciting because one thing that made the Resident Evil remake so great was that they took the awesome concept of the survival horror game and the unbearably cheesy dialogue and restrained that into something that was actually really cool. So I'm hoping to see some some of the same things where we don't get the super clunky Ada, wait, which is Leon's trademark saying. But yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm still a little hesitant because Shinji Mikami's not there anymore, but I mean, we'll see.
Speaking of things that we'll see about, I actually have been seeing headlines for the next game we're going to talk about for quite a while, but I never really looked into it until today, and it looked very interesting. Who here has heard of The Flock?
The Flock.
And that's exactly the response I expected to see. Nobody's heard of it.
Was it an arcade game or no?
No, this is a brand new game, and it's coming out on PC, but it has one of the most interesting hooks to it that I've ever heard of. They're putting it up for sale on Steam, but after there are 215 million plus player deaths, the game will cease to exist.
Oh, that's right.
So,
no, it's not. I don't think it doesn't exist. It just stops creating new multiplayer maps or something.
No, it will stop existing. It will stop being sold on the Steam store. It will disappear, and only the people who have it can finish playing it at that point. So it's a multiplayer game built with a limited population, and the whole idea is that this is set in the year 3000, and we don't know if it's mankind or what, but the game's playable characters or creatures are called the Flock, and as they go extinct, so will the game. It will be pulled from online retailers. Only those still playing the game will experience its finale. So the way they basically explain it is that everybody starts as this agile monster from a species called the Flock, but the goal of the game is to grab and hold the light artifact, which transforms you into the hunted carrier. Only the carrier can win the game, so you want to get a hold of that artifact. The twist is that the Flock are not allowed to move in the light of the artifact, or they'll be burned to a crisp, and if they choose not to move, they're turned into a stone statue and are invulnerable to the light. So it's kind of like they're weaving angels a little bit. But the interesting thing is, if you pay attention there, there's only two real things that can happen to the flock. Either they die or they transform into the carrier, which means that as everybody plays this thing, the numbers are going to whittle down faster and faster, and then the game will cease to exist. Which is
Only a select few will actually have it.
Yep. It's an interesting concept for a game. Does that intrigue anybody?
So you could actually buy the game, die, and then that's it? You're like, oh, well.
No. I believe that you can play again.
Okay.
Yeah,
right.
it's your standard multiplayer experience. So when you die, okay, you die for a set period of time, and you come back as another flock member, and you continue.
Yep.
But when the total number of deaths among every single person hits like 250 million or whatever the number is, and the game will cease to sell.
215,358,979.
When it reaches, wow, specific. And
Where the heck did they come up with that number at?
I have no clue.
Random number generators. That's all I'm gonna say. Anyway,
Then what happens?
then that's it. The game's done. But if you have the game, if I heard this properly, if you already own the game, you can see a special ending.
Correct. So you'll get to experience the ending of the game, because the ending truly will not take place until the game implodes, basically.
Basically. And then you will have a limited edition version of the game. So technically, if it only sells 1,000 copies, and then somehow within 1,000 copies, 215 blah 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 million people die, technically there are only 1,000 copies ever sold.
Yep.
So it's a multiplayer with an ending.
That's exactly it. With a limited time lifespan. And the interesting thing is people who pre-order.
I don't like it.
People who pre-order it now, it's August 21st is its release date. If you pre-order it before August 21st, you get a second key for the game that you can give away to a friend.
Which is a really smart way to do it.
Wow. Okay. That's cool. I wouldn't pay for it, but I would totally play it.
So the other thing that they've said is that any downloadable content that comes in the game will be free, and that there are only two ways that the population could ever increase. If the game eventually comes to consoles, which they are thinking about doing, or
That's sell enough though.
Yeah, it has to sell enough on the PC first. Or if a player's found hacking or botting the game, those dishonestly lost lives will be restored.
Okay.
So I think it's a really interesting idea for a game. It's so weird from a business standpoint because you're obviously limiting the amount of sales that you can get over the lifetime of the game.
Wouldn't it be sad if it never got to those deaths and they never saw the ending?
I think it's actually a good marketing strategy because it will make it probably sell quite a few copies quickly.
Yeah.
Because it's a limited resource type of scenario.
Well, they've already basically they can figure out how much money they want to make off of it, which is probably where that number of deaths came from. They're building artificial demand into the game because of the scarcity of it, so they're anticipating people buying up the game for the sheer fact of they might lose the opportunity to ever play it again.
Which means, and this is where it's going to be even more nefarious, I think the developer is probably even more brilliant than what we're thinking right now. I think they're actually setting aside, they're going to buy up a bunch of codes and then release them on eBay later after the game gets released.
Oh, and then skyrocket the sales.
Exactly.
But
So
that doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense because
it totally makes sense.
It does make sense.
The only time it would be valuable is when you can no longer get the game, and you can't play the game anymore once you can no longer get it.
Exactly. So when it's getting closer to the deaths, people are going to be wanting to play it, and they're going to be like, I need to get a
codes
code.
would no longer work.
I need a code before.
Oh, I suppose if you launched it before you hit the death.
Exactly.
14.
No, I have a feeling that they probably, once I hit those deaths, they would probably kill all the codes.
Yeah,
So you couldn't just like sit
you
on
could
it.
still just buy it off Steam for regular price at that point, though.
Yeah.
So how would you sell it on eBay for an inflated price?
Because you can sell anything on eBay for an inflated price. Doesn't mean it has to work.
Well, if you've...
I thought you were actually trying to go somewhere with that, so...
Well, no.
You're the second one to troll me like that today.
Thank you.
Matt?
No, I think he's on something, because if you've purchased a code, whether you use the code today or not, you still have purchased an item. You've purchased the code. Whether you submit the code today or submit it in a month after they stop selling those codes, you still have a valid code. You just haven't redeemed it.
Right, but the point is that
they would have to initially redeem the code to activate it in the game, and then sell it, which is probably impossible.
Yeah, but the game is still a binary state. Either A, it's on and I can just buy it for normal price through Steam, or B, it's concluded because the number of deaths have, occurred, and you can't buy it anymore on Steam. You probably couldn't redeem a code for it at that point either, because it's been closed, but you still can't play the game, so why would you even want to?
I thought you said you could play it.
No, you can't. The people who have the game will experience the ending.
Oh, okay. I'll just wait for the ending to pop up on YouTube. I'm good.
There you go. Yep.
Yeah. Problem solved.
Yeah, but it's just going to be like the ending of Sopranos. It's just going to go black and everybody's
it's just going to be in the middle. Yeah, somebody walks behind somebody.
And everybody's going to be like, I cancel HBO.
I cancel HBO. The whole thing.
Does anybody else have any other news items before we move on to Reader Mail? I'll take that as a no. Reader Mail. It's time for the mail call. All right. We got a clink in there, too. I know nothing. I see
This is
nothing.
like the podcast of annoying weird noises.
Yeah.
I have to weird that too.
So Link22 writes in and asks, Halo 5, what do you expect to be the good and the bad in the game? Turo?
The good is the free maps. We don't have to buy map packs and stuff, so that's the good. The bad, and they also got rid of loadouts and stuff. So that's cool because now they're going away from Call of Duty and trying to go back to their own. The bad, I hope they don't run into anything like they did with the Master Chief Collection. I was reading about it, and they said that they're not going to let that happen again, that they're over everything. They're just doing everything they can so that won't happen again. If they're true to their word and it doesn't happen, the bad would be it might be a steep learning curve because everything's so fast. It's so much faster now. The beta was just throw up in your helmet fast. Yeah.
I'm going to say that the good is going to be the campaign mode. That actually looks fantastic. I cannot wait to play the campaign.
Yeah, is he not?
Right. Yeah, I mean, I think that's a good story trope to walk, and I think that the actors that they have doing each side look like they're gonna deliver a stellar performance.
And Buck is actually a Spartan.
Yes.
Thank you, Nathan Fillion. Thank you.
Yeah, exactly. And so from there, the bad, I 100% wholeheartedly believe that yes, Virginia, we will have another Master Chief Collection issue on our hands.
Said, but yeah, I know.
They said whatever they want to say. It's still gonna crash as soon as everyone who owns an Xbox One tries to get on it at once.
But there's not even that many.
That may be, but they're dealing with the power of the cloud, and we see how well the power of the cloud has done for them with the Halo Master Chief Collection. So
cloud.
Yeah. Maybe they should be banking on the power of the Squall instead. See what I did there? No.
You're a funny man.
Yeah. Dave?
Yes.
Halo 5? Good, bad?
Good. Probably everybody has an Xbox to play it. It'll give people something to play other than Destiny, which is a great thing.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. That's a good thing.
So that would be awesome. Bungie will be served a little humble pie because they'll be like, oh look, it doesn't matter, you're not making anymore. Here you go. And the bad thing, I mean, hopefully there's no monkeys in the game because I think that's been a killer for the series.
Wow. You are really stuck on that monkey thing.
Freaking brutes.
Dude, you have no idea how much of that ruined. I took time off to play that game, and I'm just like, all right, I'm not Master Chief at the end, and I'm looking at credits, and I'm done.
I'm just done. We're just gonna end it at
John, how about you? Halo 5, good, bad, things you're looking forward to, things you're not?
I've actually never played a Halo game, ever.
Fantastic.
Sorry.
I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat as John. I've never played a Halo game and never have a desire to.
All right then. Matt?
Oh, though, actually, I do want to say I am actually planning on purchasing an Xbox, and I would like to play the Halo games.
Well, if you buy the original Xbox, you will be able to play a good number of the Halo games.
If you buy the Xbox One, make sure that's the Master Chief Collection that's included with an extra controller and a year of Xbox Live for $350. There's so many good deals with it right now. Anyway, just make sure to look for those.
Matt?
Yeah.
Well, good. I mean, I expect, despite not being part of Bungie anymore, Halo 4 was a good shooter from what I'm told. Again, I'm in the same boat still. I've played like Halo 2 multiplayer a couple of times. But thinking the bad from what I've seen from the commercials is going to be the story. The story looks atrocious. But that's just me.
Nick, any comment on this?
I played Halo 2 with friends. I actually plan on playing some Halo 2 at my bachelor party soon. But I played Halo 3 and I hated it so much.
Test.
That's a bad thing.
Halo at a bachelor party. Well, go wild, man.
That's the goal. Anyway,
Girls dancing in the background. Hold on. Just
Guys.
You're distracting me from my KDR ratio.
and it's not that good to start out with, so I need practice anyway.
Hold on a second. I'm going to predict what Nick's bad thing is. Nick's bad thing is that once this game comes out, there's going to be nobody to help him get that last trophy and play.
Wow.
Poor Nick.
All right. Next question. Turo, we'll start with you because this question fits you. What's the best trolling experience that you've done in a game?
Oh my gosh.
Done in a game?
Yes, done.
Best way that you've trolled somebody.
Yes, the best way you've trolled someone.
Okay, this brought back a hardcore memory, and this was awesome. This was back in my Halo 2 days, college days. Try to make it short, sorry. And my headset's dying, so I'm going to plug that in before that happens. Alright, much better.
Ignore me.
So, there was this guy, he joined our game when we were doing custom games, and he kept saying that he can kick anybody's butt, and exploit deleted, everything. Just this little kid just talking so much crap. So we kept playing games, and he was terrible at it. But we let him kill us over and over again, just making him think he's the best thing in the world. It was, and we're like, oh man, you really got me. And he's like trying to snipe us, and he's like, oh, no scope, one headshot. When he shot me twice, and he missed 3 times. I don't know. It's so embarrassing. It was really bad. But we kept going on, being like, dude, one more thing, we'll kill it. No, it's like one more thing. Come on, rematch. 5 out of 7, da-da-da-da-da. And he was like, nah, I'm so good. So the last time that we were going to play, we went all out. He didn't get 1 kill on us. He started crying. We didn't feel bad. And, yeah, that was cool.
Little did we know he committed suicide later that evening. Yay.
Oh,
So
Wow.
I read the
Usually
world.
I go to the dark places. Yeah.
Dave?
Mom, they said I was good, and I'm not.
Dave?
My biggest troll was actually today.
What?
Getting you guys to believe that I'm actually playing Tap Titans. I found screenshots online.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Nice
And I
try.
got you guys competing against nobody. So
You
that's
got
all.
me. You got me.
Yeah, you got us.
Trolling himself, more like it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That actually is my biggest troll when I'm playing Tap Titans. I'm trying to think a legitimate one. I don't do a lot of trolling actually in games, believe it or not. I kind of take that seriously whenever I do it.
You're not alone. I'm the same way.
Yeah, I don't think I actually have one in games because I don't like I actually don't like ruining people's gameplay experiences unless we're completely. Oh, okay. Here's one. It's a semi troll, but we kind of trolled ourselves. Remember when the first GTA Online came out? And I started playing that day one, and me and my one friend, we had PS3, so we connected. We start playing this thing, and we're just going crazy, blowing each other up and everything. We're just like, man, this is kind of limited. After 2 hours of chasing each other around, blowing each other up, we realized just like how limited this thing was, and we realized we were just kind of in the waiting room,
Staging area. Yeah.
the online thing, and it had access to weapons and everything. So we played that for 2 hours before we realized that there was actually a whole game around it.
Nice. John?
I don't do a whole lot of trolling. I do grief people, so I think I'll hold my peace until the next part.
Okay. Well, no, so if you grief people, then that's exactly what... How are you griefing someone?
Oh, that I do. Unfortunately.
That's exactly what he's asking.
I think you've been the recipient of this many times. Like, take Destiny, for instance. I learned that with the Titan's shoulder charge, you can actually launch people off of the ledges in the Vault of Glass. And people, you especially, Mark, would go AFK near a ledge, and I would launch you off the edge of the cliff to your death over and over and over again.
That's
So
hilarious.
wait. How is griefing different from trolling?
It is not. It is the one and the same.
I think they're different.
No way. It's exactly the same.
One of them is being mean and picky, and the other one is actually tricking somebody to think something else.
Yeah, trolling is you're tricking them into believing one thing when really you're doing another, like Turo's scenario. Griefing is you're just really trying to piss someone off as best you possibly can.
Yeah, griefing is when like you're in a racing game and you turn and face the opposite direction and just start going.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not tricking anybody. You're
just being an obvious jerk.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Well, either or, whatever you find fits the spirit of the question for you.
Or when you're playing Helldivers and you keep launching rockets at your team member intentionally trying to kill them.
I'm getting irritated just remembering all this. But yeah.
I tend to grief you the most, Mark. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I know. It's all right. It's all right.
And the question is actually the biggest grief done to us. So.
Yeah. Well, right. What? No?
No,
the second question is the best grief done to you.
Right.
Well.
The first one I was saying trolling, griefing, whatever you want to do, that you've done to other people. So it's fine. I think that's valid. Kate, how about you?
I don't do any of that when I play. I'm actually very... I'm above all you lowly peons. I honestly, I don't play the online that much, so I don't really have much chance to troll and stuff, but I have no desire to.
Okay. Matt?
Basically playing with me online on pretty much anything is grief enough, so I don't have to do anything extra. I just play the game.
So sad.
Oh man, Nick?
I'm straight to the achievements, no crap kind of thing. So I don't troll.
So
Troll yourself trying to get platinum, yo.
I tend not to troll or grieve people, but
unless they're John.
Turo actually, I have a scenario like that as well. I'm really dating myself. This is back in the arcades, back when Mortal Kombat 2 was out. There was two of us that we made an agreement to stop wasting quarters on each other because the matches were too close every time and nobody ever definitively won. And so we would both put up a quarter and we would swap out on the rounds. So first round I would play, second round he would play, and then if there was a third round required, I would play again, or vice versa, whatever the case was. And there was a guy in the arcade, I think he might have been 23, 24 years old, but every time he would miss an uppercut or miss a combo juggle or something like that, he would scream at the top of his lungs. He'd be like, "Oh my God, you piece of crap," that kind of stuff.
Oh, so bad.
Oh yeah, and hated this guy, and so my friend June and I, we kind of talked him up, and he started getting him to play against us, and we purposely lost to him every time. And then we said, "Hey, you know what? They're going to be doing a tournament. Do you want to enter?" And it's we're going to split this prize money, but it's a high cost to enter. It's $100.
Oh.
And he's like, "Okay, yeah, who's playing?" And I'm be like, "Oh, it's him and me and you and one other guy." And he signed up for the tournament, and we got his $100, and then we killed him and kept his money.
Killed him dead.
Yeah, pretty much.
Messed up, man.
Then he went home and committed suicide.
Probably.
Why are you laughing to that?
That's way meaner than any online troll.
Gallows humor.
Yeah, because you got money from it.
You got $100 from this guy.
Yeah, man, I was a college student. I needed that stuff, man.
You're an arcade shark.
I would have hated you at that point in time in your life.
Probably so, yes.
And that's different than now?
Oh, I only kind of hate him now.
Yeah. Oh. So the follow-up question is, what is the best grief that has ever been done to you in a game?
I have my favorite.
Yeah, no, go for it, Dave.
My favorite is remember Burnout when they had online functionality in Burnout.
Yes.
I loved Burnout. I loved playing Burnout, and I logged in one time, and I kept getting a room full of soccer hooligans from England, and they just they would just go off on me because I was like, oh, American wanker, just going crazy, just saying all this horrible stuff, and they would not let me play. They kept kicking me out. So I go and jump back in. I figured there's tons of people playing this game. Every single time I got put back in a room with these idiots, and they would just keep making fun of me in total soccer hooligan fashion, and I was just like, this is kind of awesome that this keeps happening over and over again to me. But for that whole day, I could not play the game because that's the only room they would put me in is with these guys.
So the game was
trolling me. Yeah.
Yeah. Great for you, yeah.
It was amazing.
So I don't like playing with my nephew Grady because in every single game we play, he tends to grief me. Not always, but when he does, it's nonstop. And I remember we were on a roll. We were playing Battlefield 3, and we were on a roll. We were mopping up the other teams over and over again. And we were on the stage where basically you're out in an oil field, and there's a lot of roofs of buildings that are difficult to parachute onto, but if you do, nobody can find you. And you this great sniper spots, because I'm a camper sniper in every first-person shooter that I ever play. And I remember I'm looking down my scope, getting ready to snipe someone, and suddenly I see Grady take up my entire field of view of my sniper scope. And he's like, "I'm here to fix the air conditioner. Can you please direct me to the broken air conditioner?" I'm like, "Dude, get out of my way. I'm trying to shoot." He's like, "Oh, I see the problem right here." Everywhere I turned, he would end up popping up in my scope sights, so I couldn't shoot anyone. And of course, then people started noticing, because he's standing up in plain sight, moving around to try and block my field of view, that we were up there, and so they started sniping at us. And I'm like, "Oh, you son of a gun." So yeah, that's probably my favorite griefing story.
I would have beat him.
Sadly, he's
not
5
beat him
hours
at the
away.
game. I would have beat him up physically.
Sadly, he's 5 hours away.
So I would have driven 5 hours just to beat him up.
After recording and posting it on the interwebs.
Mm-hmm. John?
Okay, so I'm going to date myself. There's this little MMO called EverQuest. and I remember a time where I was trying to farm a particular item that was pretty sought after in the camp. If you guys remember, it's not like open world spawns. It's not instant spawns. It's open world. So if someone had the camp, then you had to wait till they left. But this one punk kept basically gathering up all the bad guys he could find, running over to my feet, and then dying, which would make everything attack me and kill me, just for the chance for taking over the spawn to try and get the item that I was going for. And he did it for about an hour before I finally gave up and said forget it and left. It was quite obnoxious.
Nice. Dave? Oh, Dave, you already said it.
Yeah, I was
Sorry.
I went first.
I don't know which one it is, but it was one of the Super Mario games on the Wii or Wii U. I'm not sure. It was a scroller. It was one of the scrollers, and one of the older ones where you could play the level with multiple people. And the problem with playing multiple people is that you could bump into them or hit them or jump on them. And I would always, by accident, I would just get into that platformer, just wow, like tunnel vision, and I would just go and keep going. And they're falling behind, and they're like, quit being a dick. And I'm like, I can't stop. Once I get in the groove, I'm going. So come on, keep up. So they started getting really mad at me for that. So they would try to keep up with me, but they would instantly jump on my head and let me die, and not pop my bubble whenever I'm trying to get to them. And whenever they did, it would be over a pit, so I'd just die again until I didn't have any lives. And because I'm better at them at platformers. Punks. So yeah, those were my roommates. They were mean.
Kate, you said you've never been briefed.
No, I haven't.
Right. Consider yourself lucky.
Well, unless you count by the computer and record keeper never giving me his characters.
Yeah, well, yeah, that is true. Everybody's briefed by that game. Matt, how about you?
I don't tend to remember such things, but I'm sure it was either you or Grady or John. And I'm pretty sure I probably quit playing the game over it. But other than that, I really don't know any details. I don't remember things. I get pissed off about them at the time, and then I forget. So,
Nick, do you have one?
Griefed. I'm guessing a moment where I was made fun of. Can't say. No.
Everybody.
No, I've griefed somebody in Destiny. I've taken players and they were in the tower, the social area, where you can't die. Well, you can, but you can't get like shot or anything.
Yeah.
And we'll slowly push them. Push them out. He's like, oh, I'll be back in 5 minutes. We're like, okay. We heard him put the headphone down, and the guy's like, you know what it's time for. We're like, hell yeah, we know what time it is. And we slowly push him up. We get him on the stairs, and we're like, dude, can we push him off? Well, we're gonna try. And like 2 of us were the ground that he was like being pushed on, and it was worth every second.
Well, I think you could probably count never getting a party to get you that final achievement.
I finished Crota's Raid 7,000 times. Okay, that's good. We get into the second area of Crota's Raid. Oh, how do you do this?
I say Bungie griefed us all by even buying the game, but that's just me.
We're not going to go there.
Yeah, I agree. So that's going to do it for this show. Lots of stuff going on the site right now. We put up a couple videos of Matt and I playing cards, a couple different systems. We've also got an interview with Upper Deck online.
Cool.
So that's up. Also, we'll be having our cosplay video go up sometime in the next week or so as I get time to do it. Anything else coming up on the site you can think of, Matt, that I haven't thought of? I think that's everything at the moment.
I don't know if you're ever going to put up those Friday chats we had from a while back.
Yeah, those will go up eventually. And then also don't forget this Friday we'll be doing a fireside chat about Fantastic Four, the 8% on Rotten Tomatoes movie that is not taking the nation by storm.
Oh, it's gone down.
See what I said?
8%?
Yeah, it's got
Storm. Yes,
It wasn't like 14 last time I looked.
I believe last time I checked,
Wow.
it was 8%. And yeah, it's pretty.
Oh, it's 9. It's 9.
It's 9. Okay.
Yep.
That's so much higher.
The kid got fired from the next movie from the Whiplash director because of that movie.
So
They're still pushing forward for Fantastic Four 2, though.
no, they are not. They are actually talking.
Did
about
they already
putting,
say some?
They're
Are they
actually
gonna-
talking about putting Deadpool 2 in that slot.
Yeah,
Well,
that's
it
what I
depends.
heard.
Can it
And
make
then
any
they said that no, we're still gonna make Fantastic Four 2. That was the
Okay.
rumors that they were gonna replace it with Deadpool 2.
That seems like
And
a
it
dumb idea.
Did Fantastic Four make money? That's
No.
no.
They were expecting it to launch at 45, and it launched at 26.
Is there any bigger calling card to say Marvel Studios, please come save me?
But that's not the.
I know. Fox doesn't
Sony,
care.
Sony pared back Spider-Man, and Spider-Man actually made a good amount of money. So.
Yeah.
And
Well,
Pixels
Sony
made
So this
a
is
higher rating.
okay. This is totally the wrong podcast. This is going to be. Part
But
of
we
my
didn't
final
have a
thought.
veg for like 2 weeks.
I
so
know. So the thing about it is that if you look at it, Marvel only made the deal to sell those IPs or lease them, if you will, to these companies because they were on the verge of going bankrupt. Sony made a bunch of Sony made a bunch of money with Spider-Man, but they're still not doing well. So having Marvel pay them a bunch of money to allow Spider-Man to be in the cinema MCU, but still own the rights to it is a
It's
brilliant
amazing.
move on their part.
It's an amazing deal.
Yeah, it's an amazing deal. So, but Fox is not in that position. Fox is fine, and as long as they keep making one movie every 10 years, they will retain those rights in perpetuity. And so they could care less probably how it actually does, as long as they keep. Well, I mean, obviously they want it to make money, but I will say that I did watch it, and it is not. It's not 8% bad on Rotten Tomatoes. That's really kind of a.
So you fell asleep and
fanboy
dreamed
thing.
something else?
It's. I guess the worst thing that I could say about it is the thing that I said about it in the first place. It is not the Fantastic Four, and nothing they do in the movie makes you care about any of them. And the end is so cliched and cheesy that it's not even funny.
Wow. Well, Fox still has X-Men Age of Ivan Ooze to look forward to.
Age of Ivan Ooze.
Yeah.
That's what I'm calling it.
So that if you would like to follow us on Twitter at Gamersledge, Facebook.com/Gamersledge, Patreon.com/Gamersledge if you'd like to support what we do, and then of course the website Gamersledge.com. Final thoughts for the day. We'll start all the way on the far left with Turo.
If you have an Xbox One, play Rare Replay. That sucker's cool. Oh yeah, I played some of that too. And also watch the new Dragon Ball Z movie in theaters. Yay!
Dave.
Not that I'm the most giant fan of the show, but it is kind of cool that there's a Big Bang Theory Lego set. Because you can take, you can take Raj and make him into the guy from Silicon Valley, so that's what I plan on doing. So I got a Dinesh.
Then that brings us to John.
Stop being mean and give us a release date for No Man's Sky.
Oh, for Pete's sake. They're not going to announce the date until the game's dropping the same day. It's
I
just-
agree with this.
Point, that's got to
That's
be.
gonna
what
be
it
a
is.
big surprise. They're gonna be
Yeah.
like, "You want a release date? Midnight."
I think it's either going to happen at one of two places. It's either going to be Paris Games Week, when they're going to be, and by the way, it's out now, or it's going to be at the PlayStation Experience.
Ooh. PlayStation
Experience.
Because that would be super amazing.
And wouldn't it be crazy if the reason it's been delayed is because they're doing Morpheus for it too?
Oh, please God. Please God. All right. Dave. Final
Yes. We already did me.
Oh, sorry. Kate, final thoughts.
Is it bedtime yet?
Is it
It
bedtime
is-
yet? Yes. That's
That
it.
is why I'm calling it. Plus, I'm doing it from memory because I'm looking at my joke.
God.
Oh,
Save yourselves while you can.
Should just
Matt,
log
final
off right
thoughts.
now.
Just leave now.
Got issue 5 of Secret Wars this week, so that actually
my
continues
gosh.
to be a pretty good
I'm
event.
so far behind.
It's been a pretty good event. I've actually been buying not too many of the extra books, but the 2099 book and the Future Imperfect book have been pretty good.
Deadpool one have been
So-
funny. It's the old Battle World,
Yes.
not this one.
Yes. Yeah, a little weird, but so yeah, comics. It's Wednesday.
Nick, final thoughts.
Watch me flawless Destiny solo, because that's the only way I'm going to do this. So,
I'm sorry.
Please just get that trophy so we can stop talking about it.
I just have this mental picture, Nick, of you driving a car at 90 miles an hour, and there's a wall coming, and you hit it and go flying out the windshield and are horribly mangled against the wall. And then you pick yourself up, you somehow are still alive, you drag yourself back to the car, get back
Do it
in,
again.
put it in reverse, and then drive towards the wall again. Disturbing.
hey, at least I don't give
Wow,
up.
Captain Positive.
I know, right?
Jeez.
I believe you believe in me.
I
Let's
do.
just say that.
I hope you get it more than anything else. I hope you get that flat.
I believe you can die.
Einstein's definition of insanity.
Doing the same thing over and over again,
That's
expecting
right.
different
Expecting
results.
different results.
So I hope everybody plays Goat Simulator because it's ridiculous and it's funny and it's a hell of a lot of fun.
It's got Easter
I
eggs
must-
too.
I play that game a lot in January.
Yeah, the controls are a little horrible, but that's actually part of the fun as well. It's
Yeah.
not as bad as Octodad. It's not that kind of horrible, but it's not. Don't go in expecting that you're gonna fine tune finesse control this goat. So that's all I'll say about that.
Yeah.
And that
You're
means that
gonna
we will end the show the way we always end every game.
I hate you
podcast.
so much.
What do Eskimos get from sitting on the ice too long? Polaroids.
Oh my gosh.
They don't get better, do they?
Until next week.
God, you
That
suck.
made my brown eye blue.
Getting the hell out of here, you ass.
Until next week. Game on.
Game on.
Game on.
So sad because of jokes.